Welcome to the Model Diaries Podcast.
Your front row seat to the untold stories of a model's world.
I'm Madeline Weston, head booker for Q Models.
And I'm Millie Ross, international model, and we are your hosts.
Join us as we unpack, one story at a time, the faces behind the lens. Welcome to the Model Diaries Podcast, Shannon Lawson.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you in studio today. You've had nothing short of an inspiring career. You said yourself you have a love-hate relationship with this industry. So let's dive into that today. Are you ready to tell your story?
Let's do it.
Let's jump back to the beginning. You had an interesting scouting story. Can you tell us about how you got scouted and kind of what happened from there?
Well, I just want to start with I've been very strategic over the last few years. So when I got scouted, it was very much me putting myself out there and not just being like found at a shopping mall.
I think that's really important to say because a lot of models who come here, they've just had that like one magical moment that thrusts them into the spotlight. But for a large majority of girls, that's not how it happens. There's applications or there's interviews. And as you said, there's a lot of strategy that goes behind your application or your portfolio or even just like getting in front of the right people. Tell us about your strategy.
There's been many. But to be seen, I guess, to kind of go back to the start, like I did do kids modeling. My mum loved, putting me in front of a camera herself and then thrusting me into castings and, doing a lot of kids stuff, a lot of TVCs when I was little.
How old were you?
Like 3 to 6, I reckon.
We were Bond's baby.
No, but I did like Disney and all the fun TVCs. And I remember like being in a hospital bed and this dog from like, I don't know, it was just an insurance ad, had to like crawl over me and I had a fake cast on. Like I have such vivid memories and we have VHSs of all my like commercials as a kid. I should really probably burn them onto like a file. But so I did a lot of that stuff. Then I naturally progressed into dancing and I went to a performing arts school. So I loved performing. I loved being in front of the camera. I loved being the center of attention. And I was an excellent dancer, if I could say that. But when I turned 18, like I went to a Disney cruise like casting. And as I danced, they go, okay, you're really tall. I go, yeah, great. Like, what's the problem?
I love when people make that statement to tall people. Like it's some shocking moment. And it's like, wow, you're tall. And it's like, yep.
You're
yes,
short?
Yes.
Is that what we do? So I did the casting and they go, look, you could be goofy. And I was like, you're kidding. So I've just spent my entire life dancing for a goofy role. And like, I love Goofy. Nothing against Goofy. But
yeah, but you're not a Goofy.
And wearing the full like cover-up costume, I was like, I'm not like doing 6 weeks on a cruise ship in a Goofy costume. Like, it's just not going to happen. So, like, I had this epiphany.
Is that not just like a waste of your time?
Like, my whole life. I was like, you're kidding me.
Why did no one bring this up sooner?
Like, you're like a teenager at school. They're probably not wanting to crush your dreams.
Maybe you wanted to be Goofy. Maybe they're like, maybe her dream, her epitome is
that role was always supposed to be mine.
That could have been you.
I can revisit. Maybe as I get older, I can put the mask.
Step back onto the stage.
Maybe I'll get back there. So I started looking around on like Star Now and Model Mayhem back in the day. And
oh my gosh, what a blast from the past.
Do they still have it? Are they still
I don't
active?
know, but that's how I used to book models back in the day.
Yeah. But anyway, website basically where you could go on and look for jobs.
Yes.
And I found one for a hair show and it was like catwalk choreography. And I was like, perfect. Like I can do choreography in my sleep and they can do my hair. Magic. Go to the casting. I still have this photo and it's just the worst photo of me ever. I had I didn't know how to do my makeup. I had puppy, like fat around my face. No real body shape. It was just kind of flat from dancing. Walk in and there's this guy behind the panel and he obviously says, you get the job, fab, but also I'd love to represent you. And I'm like, oh my God, what?
Okay.
That's amazing. I'd love to be represented. Don't know what that means.
So this is the casting director for the hair show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it was like a panel. So there's like 4 or 5 people. And I don't know what his direct role in the show was, but he was there.
Okay.
Anyway, we took a few meetings after and sold me the dream. And I was like, this is fabulous. Like, sign me up.
What was the dream? What was he peddling?
We were very much like, we're going to get you working. We're going to get you traveling. We're going to take heaps of pictures. Your name's going to be in lights sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
No Goofy costume.
Yes, you're going to see me. No Goofy. And he was like, okay, it's going to be $800 and, started, telling me about contracts and how much you're going to have to pay. And I was like, okay, I don't know any better. I haven't asked around. I just was done, giving him my money, signing all the contracts, doing test shoots that just looked absolutely ghastly. I have all these images on my Facebook. It's hidden.
I need these. Oh, it's hidden.
It's hidden.
I need these.
They're tragic. So yeah, I spent 1 or 2 years with him.
Okay.
And I just didn't book a single job. And I was like, okay, something weird is going on.
Can I loop back? How old were you at this stage?
18.
18. Okay. Young, but old enough that things should be coming through by that stage, right? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, I was a really naive kid. Going to performing arts school, I was very much dorky, musical theatre, didn't kiss a boy till I was 19. So I was naive. And I have come a long way since being 19. Yeah, so I got scouted, 2 years of no work. I started going to uni. I studied media production. That kept me quite busy. And then I was doing student fashion shows and student photo shoots, which to be fair was kind of a good learning curve because I didn't know what I was doing. But all the photos you would not take to an agency. They were tragic. Students are putting cosmetics from $2 stores on your face and you're getting dressed up in a costume. And you're
I think when it's the Institute of Fashion and things like that, they're also trying to hit a brief for their class.
It's an assignment.
Their assignment, basically. So it's we want something whimsical with butterflies on lashes and things like that. And you're right on, this is me.
That's what I signed up for. And I did all of that for free for 2 years.
Okay.
And red flags were pinging and I was like, this is just not right and I'm just not getting me anywhere.
And what was your agent saying across this time?
I'll just wait or just change your look. I went through a few hairstyles at that point thinking that might get me, somewhere, but then you have to redo your book with every hairstyle.
Yeah.
It was just a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
It was just it just didn't feel right. After 2 years, I can't believe I spent that long doing it. But because I was studying, I was busy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a full-time
So
thing.
you're 20 now?
Yeah. And then I obviously ditched him.
Okay.
Didn't get any money back, obviously, because it's gone into test shoots. That's what he told me. And all that money is me working at Grady Union and giving him that money, which is nothing. And then I signed with another 1 or 2 agencies between 20 and 22. Jumped around a little bit, got a bit of econ work, started at the Iconic. Everyone went in Sydney, goes through the Iconic.
Yeah.
And I was there when they first opened their little office with a little roll of white paper and we shot 20 to 50 items. I got some experience in ecom, started booking some jobs, started getting paid for some things. And I was like, okay, this feels a bit better.
New agency, you're working. This is good. This is good, right?
Yeah, it was good. It felt right, which was nice. And so started to build a little bit of momentum. And as I did, the agency at the time were like, okay, let's take you overseas.
Okay,
and
that's exciting.
It was, again, I don't know what I'm doing, but that sounds right. And they were like, look, because my background is Fijian Indian.
Okay.
They were like, okay, we'll send you to India. And most of the girls in that agency at the time were going to Asia.
Okay.
But again, me being very tall, a bit more tan, they were like, India might be better for you. Okay, that sounds great. And at the time, my mum worked for Qantas, so I was doing staff travel.
Oh, yes.
Which means you're basically flying last minute, you're filling seats on planes for no money. Me to go to LA was $200 business class. And it's great because I'm starting to travel with work, with modeling. It was a really efficient, cost-effective way to do it. So get the ball rolling with this agency. They get me a visa. It costs so much money. I packed up my life. I finished
How long
studying.
was the placement in India?
It was a 3-month contract.
3 months, okay.
And this is before Instagram.
Okay.
I think, or maybe as it's just started. I don't know why, but the agency just didn't vet this Indian agency that well. It was all emails. It was all kind of Google. What agencies are in India?
So they hadn't placed there before?
No, I was an experiment. It was
that doesn't fill me with confidence.
And I didn't know that either.
Okay.
Until after.
So you're trusting. You're obviously this is great.
Yeah, I'm going to trust them because they're professionals and they're my agent. So
the
I'm going to be
expert
guided
in the
by
field.
them. And they say, what they say goes. And my mum, being Indian as well, was like, okay, this could be a really good opportunity. And being an Indian Fijian mother, she was so proud. She was like, go to India. This is going to look great for the family. And I was like, okay, we're going to India. Lo and behold, I'm packing up my life. My mum with staff travel was like, look, it's India. The climate is very difficult over there.
Okay.
At the time there was a lot in the newspaper about India as well. Obviously we were tracking it. And she's like, I want to come with you. And I was like, oh, Mum, I'm a big girl.
I
I'm
don't
like
need a
20. I
chaperone.
can do this myself.
Yep.
You know, I've got an agency thinking that, you know, this agency is protecting me and has the best interest for me.
I'm so nervous where this is
I
going.
feel like I'm dropping little
Yeah,
eggs.
I know.
It's getting worse. Okay. And I was like, fine, Mum, come with me. It could be a great, like, mother-daughter trip to India. We get to India, we check into our hotel, and the next day we're lining up a car to take us to the agency. Mind you, it's called Chic,
Okay.
which is like a Sydney, like one of the best agencies in Sydney. So again, the name alone, Chic, I was like, okay, Chic in India. This is really cool. This is going to be
Did
quite
you think they had
prestigious.
association?
I thought they did. And again, I didn't Google anything at the time.
Okay.
Being told this is where I should go. So we lined up a car to go see the agency the next day. You know, getting all my things together, you know, I just felt really powerful and like, I don't know, successful.
You're an
already.
international
Like,
model.
Yeah. It's great. And then the next day comes, we get in the car, drive out. It's like an hour out from the hotel. And we knock on the door and it's like a house. And I'm like, this doesn't seem right. It should be like an agency in an office.
Okay.
And we're knocking on the door and no one's answering. And we're like, this is really weird. Like, you just, you know, the hairs on your back are just, you know, telling you something's wrong.
You've got that pit in your stomach going like.
Yeah. My mum is not one to like, it's fight or flight. Like, she's freaking out at this point.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm a very level-headed person. And we get back in the car, we go back to the hotel, and with the time difference, we had to call the agency and be like, hey, what's going on? Like, they didn't answer the door. We've got the wrong address. Like, we've tried to Google it. We've asked around. Like, what's going on with this agency?
When you asked, had people heard of this agency?
No. We
So
were very much in the
locals-
dark. We were in India in the dark of like what is going on. A lot of that, now I look back, I could have done better, but I was very much like entrusting of this agency. So we get a hold of them. They say, hey, we'll call you back. Just stay at the hotel. They call us back and they go, oh, yeah, we've got a hold of Sheikh in India and they're going to send a car. I go, we don't want to get in a car if we don't know where we're going. And is this very trustworthy? And they go, okay, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, okay, well, we're getting in the car.
Were they making you feel guilty with like
Yeah,
just
that's
the
a good way of putting it.
the way you were kind of like saying that was just very like
asking too much.
yeah, like get in
Why
the
am
car.
I second guessing you? You know,
Yeah,
sort of
yes.
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very odd.
Okay.
We get in the car, we rock up, and again, we're at another house. And we're like, this just doesn't seem right. I remember knocking on the door, and this woman opens the door, and she's like 20. Like, she's like my age. And I'm like, okay. Again, another red flag. We're going to run with it and seem really professional. And she says, come in. And we go down the stairs into the basement. And I'm like, this, again, seems really weird. And thank God my mother was with me. We sit down in this, like, basement. It's dark. And there's, like, 2 shelves of comp cards up there. And I'm like, okay, maybe, like, 6 girls on the wall. I'm like, this is really weird as well. And
How many red flags pop up?
There's even more coming. And I'm like, alert. Like, now I'm getting into my fight or flight system. And she's like, oh, you'll be earning X amount. You can't travel in India without a driver. You won't be able to leave this premises without, you know, a chaperone. And it just sounded like I was about to be in prison. And I was like, this doesn't seem right either. And I go, can we meet the girls that you're talking about? Because they're supposed to be staying here. And she
in the
pulls-
house?
In the house, which was supposed to be an office, of which I'm like, I'm just so confused by this whole situation. Okay. Opens the curtain. And
There's a curtain?
There's a curtain in the basement.
Girl.
And there are girls lying on mattresses on the floor. And it just looked like human trafficking. And I was like, this is so fucked up. And it sounds scary. And it really was scary. But thank God I had my mum, because little old me being professional would have been like, this is normal.
Where's my mattress?
Yes, number 3 over there. It was like, to me, I was trying to just be really poised and professional. And I was like, yeah, okay, Mum, this could work. This could be fine.
What did your mum say?
She was like, this is not happening. But she didn't say it in the moment.
Yeah.
She was like, okay, so how much money is she earning? And like, you know, all the accounting is like, you know, when is she going to get paid? How much is she getting paid? Things that I wasn't going to ask. I was like, just
Probably
very happy.
things that the agency should have asked before you're on the ground. Maybe.
Yeah, and there's my mum doing it in the moment. Like, we've come a long way to have this conversation right now. Like, we should have had it like months ago when I was getting my visa.
So
Terrifying.
I'm assuming that didn't move forward.
So we, in a nice way, said, we've got to go back to the hotel,
Yep.
get our things. And my mum, like literally, we couldn't get out of there fast enough. Got back to the hotel, beautiful hotel. We're like, oh God, this seems normal. Calling the agency, my mum is throwing F-bombs and like just like in her protective like mother instinct going, what have you set us up for? Like, this is not right. And it just, everything. Why are girls on mattresses on the floor?
Can I ask, what was the agency's reply to that?
They didn't say anything in the moment. They were like, obviously, look, we've made some mistakes. We're going to like obviously pursue more conversations about this. Okay. We're going to get a hold of the lady that I just met with and ask more questions.
Okay.
And we were like, why hasn't this all been done? Like, you know, I don't even know if it was like a time of Zoom calls and like, you know, like online face-to-face calls. Which, again,
I feel like Zoom only really took off in 2020. I could be wrong.
Exactly. So, I mean.
Maybe that was when it thrived.
Like, was it just emails back in 09 to 010, 12?
I'm not sure how they did it.
Sounds really archaic, but like, we all got that wrong. Everyone.
So you didn't move forward with that? No. Okay.
We got on the next flight, again, staff travel, thank God. We were like straight out of there. We did see the Taj Mahal before we left.
I love that.
We salvaged the mother-daughter trip.
Yeah, beautiful.
We both learnt a lot from that. Came home, went into the office, Mum throwing the F-bombs, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I've also never like felt so unprofessional, but also mad at the agency. Yeah. And going, no, this seems right. We should be upset about this.
Absolutely.
And obviously that caused such conflict that it dissolved. We were like, I can't be represented by you guys.
Okay.
Like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't seem professional. Like, what's going on? I'm going to take my e-com client. I'm going to take whatever pitches and jobs I've got from you and move on.
And they let you go?
Yeah. Oh my God. There was no way I was sticking around, and there was no way they were going to have us around because my mother was like a barking dog.
Yeah.
That was gone.
Look, I think there's no coming back from that. For them.
That set me up. Like, my backbone, I was like not going to take shit.
Yeah. Did you still want to pursue placements after that happened?
Yeah, I just learned that there's no HR in our industry. There's no one that's going to look after you. You need to then manage yourself. You need to like take control of your career, and that's where like everything started to fall into place for me. And I was like, I'm not going to let anyone else make my decisions for me. I'm going to do it myself. So that's when I was like, you know what, my next placement is going to be me going to Europe. I want to travel as a 20-year-old, and I will find an agency over there.
Okay, so two things really quickly. I feel like without being like that traumatic event of your life, I feel like it really shaped you.
Yeah.
So I think as much as like if we're trying to find a silver lining here, I feel like it sounds like that really put you on the right path moving forward. Mm-hmm. So the second part was
I saw a scary part of the world.
Yeah.
And the industry and like just the what if something could go wrong.
Yeah.
Like it did, and it was bad, and it looked bad. And it was scary.
This industry is also very unregulated.
Yeah.
So
there's no one to protect you.
So can you give us a quick 101 of where you are, your age, you've signed, how old are you? Are you with a new agency and now you're pursuing placement in London?
Yeah, I'm like 21, 22.
Okay.
I got a better Sydney agency, but I was very much on my way to go travel and just discover myself in Europe.
Okay.
And I had a boyfriend at the time, and we went and got our visas, and we went to London, and I signed with Lenny's Models, and I was there for like 5 years.
That sounds like a much better placement.
It was amazing. And just the professionalism.
Yeah.
The agency itself, it was boutique. It was beautiful. You're walking through the right doors, the right clients. Yeah. They had the foundation, the right
Green
network.
flags are popping up everywhere.
Oh, I was like, fan me. This is delicious. I'm in the right place.
But I feel like you also know that you've found a positive placement when you do stay in that placement for longer than the contracted term.
Yeah.
Because it shows that you're happy. It shows that you're working. It shows that you've really like cemented like yourself in that environment as well.
Yeah. It felt right. And again, I found that agency myself, and then through that agency, I was like, oh, girls are getting jobs in Germany. How do I get them? And so then I started flying myself over to Hamburg to like meet with agencies because I was like, I want to do that too. Like I'm a lingerie body. I want to do lingerie. And so I found my own agency over there. Like I had no mother agency. It was very much me walking through all the doors and making the right appointments. And I found a sports agency in London and I dominated the sports category for a while. Like my best job was for ASICS. It was a worldwide usage campaign. And it meant I was running for 4 days in sample size shoes. And I was like, give me more. Like, I just like, I loved it. And it was in Vincentia in Spain.
Yes,
and
yep.
It was just
amazing. You just touched on the fact that you had a swim or lingerie body and then you were looking for a fitness agency. And in your like interview, like pre-interview questions, you touched on really finding your niche and like discovering what works for you. Talk to us about how you discovered what worked for you and what that meant.
Yes. So through all my London experience with all the e-com clients, I definitely found I was shooting a lot of more lingerie swim stuff, fitness stuff. I had the boobs, I had the right, torso and not butt. I've never really had a butt, but
well, you can we're compensating
shape,
up here.
Tan, and because I'm so tall, like I'm not a girl to wear, jeans because they're always a bit short for me. So I found like, I wasn't really shooting jeans. Like
capris.
Yeah. I don't even think capris look good on me. They're like still shorts on me. So it was very much like a swim body.
Okay.
And I love that category. It made great money. It was quick, efficient. You could travel with it. I don't know. I didn't want to cover everything like editorial, hair. Like I just knew I was wasting my time going to those castings. Like I would wait 2 hours for a hair casting. I'd be like, I'm not going to get this. Like I just don't have the right hair. And I know that. And then I'd rock up and I'd do, I don't know, London Fashion Week castings. Yeah, I'd booked like one token show, but like it really wasn't my avenue. I wasn't like this stick thin body. So I just like, again, didn't want to time waste and I just wanted to be efficient and I just knew that swim, fitness and lingerie was my category. So I really maximized that.
So can you talk to us about how you maximized that? Like, did you lean in and like, I guess, target your portfolio to, I guess, capture those clients? Like, tell us about how you kind of made yourself that.
Yeah, I definitely controlled the image. So everything I was posting on socials as well was very swim related. And then with the fitness agency I sourced myself, I also knew that I was a model that had grit. I wasn't precious. I could do long days. I could do chin-ups. I could work out on set.
Girl.
I wasn't going to like, I enjoyed it. It wasn't hard work for me, but they were hard days. So I'm not this, pretty princess sitting on a shelf waiting for, a nice pretty job to come around.
Yeah.
I had grit. And then while I, again, was sourcing my own agencies, I was like, oh, fuck, I want to go to Miami Swim Week. Like, I feel like I could just do that. I've got the height, I've got the body, I've got the tan, and I'm Aussie in America. I feel like that's like a really good package.
They do like Aussies, don't they?
They love Aussies. And like my now best friend, Natalie Rosa, was doing that at the time. And she was an Aussie doing Miami Swim Week with like Georgia Gibbs and like, I think Steph Claire did a hot minute of it. Anyway, all the icons in my era.
You're a part of the OGs.
But I'm like on the outskirts of OGs. Like I always looked in and I was like, how do I become that? And so like, again, my strategic head was like, I'm going to do it on the outskirts. Like I never will be the OG, but I can like get close to the sun. Like, I can rotate around that. So I did that and I went to Miami and I went through all the agencies, Wilhelmina, Next.
So you
flew
yourself to all
travel.
of the territories before even being signed.
Yes.
And you
I invested in myself to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I, again, with staff travel, found that so easy to just jump on a plane and go do that.
Yeah.
That was my advantage. And I get to America 2 weeks before Swim Week and I meet with all the agencies and I had 3 offers, which was amazing. And I walked through Next and it just felt right. So, yeah, I ended up working. Jobs. Yeah, I booked a bunch of shows, got some money in the kitty, and they said, all right, let's start working on your visa. So I went home back to London at the time, started working on my O1 visa, did the whole process, put money into it. And then next season I was back over for Swim Week, but booking jobs under the agency and doing like jobs on the outside of Swim Week as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you're like global at the moment.
Oh my God. I like frothed over my Instagram and like putting all the agencies, like it was like collecting like, did you ever do brownies?
Yeah.
Like Girl Guides?
Yeah.
I was like getting all my little badges.
She's got a sash. She's
it
like,
was full.
London.
It was heavy. I was like, oh, but I like also
what a
frothed
burden
over
that I've got to carry this around.
The weight of the crown on my head. Yeah, so I loved that. I was in a really good spot up until COVID, just dominating, international work. But I'm not the girl that you would recognize. I'm not like this huge like model, again, the OGs that we were talking about. I was always just hustling in the shadows, doing what they were doing, but just not like having that celebrity celebrity style. Those
Maybe that's
OGs.
your perception though. Because like every time I was like there's like breaking the fourth wall, but like we're in here super early this morning and I was calling a girlfriend and I was like, I'm going in, I've got an 8 o'clock podcast. And she's like, oh, and I was like, I'm talking to Shannon Lawson. She's like, oh my God, amazing. So like you are a name that people know.
I mean, again, I've never really wanted to be on like a cover of Vogue. Like I've never really aspired to have these like blue blood jobs, like these like amazing, like well-known, my name's in lights. Again, I don't know why I keep referring to that, but I just wanted to work. I really pride myself on efficiency and consistency. And I think anyone can book a job, but can you rebook a job? Like that to me was my legacy.
Is that what you liked? Like, is
Yeah.
that, if it's like, what was your goal here?
Money.
Money?
Consistency. There's
Let's go there. Let's talk about financials.
Ugh. It's still not okay.
Because I do think that this is such a difficult industry to get into, but it is such an unusual industry financially, and especially with the younger girls who are starting out. Can you give us, I guess, a bit of a 101 financial wise of like what that looks like? Because some months you might book 4 jobs a week. Other times you might book 1 job for the week.
Yeah, I think also with all my international work, I was trying to be consistent with the finances because I knew that going to America for 2 weeks of work, I wouldn't get that money for like 90 days minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So what I needed to go back to London and work and get some regular stuff. But then in London, it's also a 90-day, minimum payment turnaround. Yeah. In Sydney, it's a bit different. It's 2 weeks. So I think I just suddenly got in this role of like putting money into myself but getting the money back. Yeah. And it just kept flowing in that way. But there were really hard times where I was like, I need to stay home. I cannot afford to like leave and do a staff travel thing and like, I don't know, I'll just wait for a few jobs.
I think like you touched on it. It's like that inconsistency of payment as well. So it's like some weeks there might be like a much larger sum coming in, and then for the next couple of weeks it's like quite minimal because there isn't that reliability that every Tuesday at 5 p.m. you're getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, like the payment terms of jobs can be astronomical.
Yeah, it sucks. And then, there's been on occasion where you just lose money because, companies dissolve. They've been your regular e-com for the whole year. You don't get a cent out of them. Yeah. So there's this like dark side to the finances of the modeling world. Like it looks really pretty on Instagram. We're traveling, we're doing such amazing jobs, shooting with great teams. And then we're sitting at home in the dark going, oh my God, how am I going to make
somebody
how am I going to pay these bills? It's ridiculous. And now that I'm a mom of 2 and married, I'm like, modeling can't be my full time. Like it's just so inconsistent. So I do have other things in the works as well to stabilize. But when the big paycheck comes through, you get this like dopamine hit. You're like, oh my God, I love it. I want to do another one. And then you have these like cold winters and you're like, like I need a job. I need to like cut my hair. I need to like change it up. Like I need to redo my look.
What advice would you give to girls who are entering this industry, like for setting themselves up for success financially?
Oh my God, have a great accountant, talk to your agency, talk to them about every job, every term, every contract. I love that Scoop send me a contract per job so I can get like a full rundown of like who's paying, whereas like, what the terms are, XYZ. I mean, even in the influencer side, like that's been a great little side hustle to fill in the gaps. But again, it's the same sort of terms. It's either they pay you in 2 weeks or they pay you in 90 days. Like it's just really, really hard to manage. But when I do teach the younger girls about coming into this industry, I always just break it down. I go, if you've got a job for $1,000 for the day, you've got to put 20% away for your tax. You've got to put 20% away for like your super because no one's going to pay your super. I have no super. Yeah. I'm like scared of my retirement.
Because like, again, like
I haven't put any money away up until like now. But
as a model, you're a contractor. So you're working for yourself.
The unfun stuff. It's not romantic. It's adulting. It sucks.
Adulting's scary.
So hard.
So you did just mention, you said when you teach the younger girls. So this is your new venture. Is this the Model Lab?
Yeah, I am so excited to take it on in the next year or two. Being a mum myself, I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, 2 girls. I'm really protective of them. I love girl energy. I just want to empower women. I want to support everyone in this industry where there isn't because we don't have sort of protection and HR and advice hotlines or support, you know, and
This
you don't
Indian agency really
put a
set
fire in my
you
belly.
on your path, didn't it, girlfriend?
It really did. And I just don't want other girls to make mistakes,
Yeah.
you know, because it's a time waster.
Yeah.
You don't have long to be a fresh face or be in the industry, or, you know, you just need to be efficient, I
Yeah.
guess. And if I can give girls some tools to excel, and not have those cold winters at home going, oh my God, I'm reassessing everything. Like I want
Starting
to
their
give them
super.
drive. Yeah, and just put the right foot in front of each other and just keep the pace, keep the momentum going. That would be.
So what are you doing?
Working on workshops, so bringing a community together, bring the girls together. I've started already dabbling, and I've been training girls from 14 to 18, a bit older. Every now and then I do some Zoom calls as well with girls, and we just go over the basics, which is like, you know, your model uniform and how to present yourself in a casting, but how do you get to the casting? You know, you need really good digis or good measurements, and like, you know, you need to understand your body as well when you're applying, like, you know, your proportions or how to hold yourself, you know. And with the digis, like, it's so funny. Like, I get girls sending me digis and it says Facetune. And like, girl, you need to like change the file name. Like, you can't just like
Just
plug
write
and
your
play
name.
this. You need to be like smart as a model. Like, you just can't expect these jobs to like fall into your lap. Like, you need to like really think about your emails, like how you're having this conversation, how you're pitching yourself, how you're showing yourself on Instagram. Like, you know, Instagram's a beautiful curated portfolio that you get to completely control.
Yeah.
So like, you know, what pictures are representing you.
Yeah.
So
I think I say this to the girls all the time. Like, a lot of what happens in this industry is very strategic. Where you want to go is very strategic. Your portfolio is very strategic. It's not just like a clusterfuck of free test shoots that you whack together. What jobs do you want to book? Where do you want to go? And you work backwards. So what advice do you give girls who are looking to strategically apply to an agency?
Loaded. I think you also need to know who you are, what your brand is. And I know I can just throw that buzzword out and be like, what's your brand? But like for myself, I knew that I was like a swim body. I knew I was tanned. I knew I was tall, so I wasn't going to dominate a lot of the tall category. But again, there's a lot of short queens out there that want to be models, and you're all so fucking gorgeous and like stunning. But there are height requirements to every agency, because you can't expect to like walk in to a commercial job and like you're not going to fit the clothes. So like, unfortunately, that's why there's a height requirement.
Yeah.
And that's not to say you're cut out of the modeling industry. It just means you need to know that that's not your lane.
Yeah.
That's not for you. So how else can you go around it? Are you the hair girl? Are you the skin girl? Are you the beauty girl? Because you're so short. Like, maybe stick to those categories, and then on Instagram, present yourself that way. Like, you've got great hair, beauty, fitness, whatever you're.
I've even noticed with how the industry has changed that the taller girls are finding it harder to convert faster fashion jobs because the garments are smaller.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you are a taller girl, it's like the fast fashion lane may not also be your lane. So I think like that is really important. What you're saying is like, find your, like, it doesn't have to be a niche. Like, let's not go so small, but find out what works for you, and like, let's really highlight it, and let's really like hone in on like being the master of that field.
Yeah, be a big fish in a small pond. Don't try and like dominate every category. You're just not going to do it, and you're going to waste a lot of time trying. So yeah, it comes down to like your personal, like, you can't really change your height, you know, but you can change other things, like, again, hair, beauty, the way you present yourself. Are you the fitness girly? Are you the swim girly? Are you the editorial girl? Are you the cool girl? Again, find that brand and like run with it.
Yeah. And if you're submitting photos, make sure it doesn't say Facetune.
Oh, it's so bad. Honestly, the submissions, don't send thirst traps. I don't need to see your hot girl photos come through a model submission.
Can you not send Snapchat filters either, please?
Filters, it's also, I got
the one with the dog ears. Yeah, and like I didn't think that was still like, so are you sending me a photo that you took 10 years ago? Like, is that still a filter?
And is that your best photo that you're sending me?
Apparently.
God, they're just like wild. Like, and I even get like office workers. I feel like they're having a breakdown in the day. They've sent me like elevator selfies with their badges and their office outfit, and they're submitting those photos. And I'm like, you must be having a breakdown in the office, because like, in what way do you think I'm going to call you up and say, hey, you look great in your office outfit in the elevator. Come on in. No, present yourself like your business card. Like, you don't want to have like...
This is your first point of contact.
Yes, and it is such an image-based industry. Like, you need to have great photos when you submit. And if that's not the case, look up like walk-in times to agencies. I don't know if agencies really do that anymore, but I always found I'm better walking into a casting, a meeting, than I am in a book. So I actually don't take my portfolio with me anymore. I'm very much selling myself with my personality because I know people are spending a lot of money on the day and they want to hang out with you. Like, are they going to be like having this beautiful girl sit behind the change room door on her phone the entire time? Or are they going to have someone who's going to be a part of the creative process, that is interested, that's also going to get the extra mile and hang up the garment after every shot? Or, you know, like really not move on set and like wait for the team to touch them instead of them coming off set to play on their phone. Like, I don't know. I just really pride myself in like the fact like I can talk myself into a job rather than wait for my look to, you know, by chance get me a job.
I think as well, like everything you've just said, like that really assists in that like rebook factor. So like getting that consistent client. So like as you had Iconic every week, it's like when like throw myself back 15 years, I was the client. So I was booking the girl, and the girl that I would rebook would be the girl who, and I'm like not saying that I was like this tyrant who made girls run around, but the girl who had the hustle walking from like the white psych to the change room, and the girl who had that gusto behind her, or she was just like, how many garments do we have to get through today? And I was like, okay, girl, we've got this many. And like they had that want and that drive. I was like, you're coming back.
Yeah, team player.
I love you.
Absolutely.
The girl that I have to be like, where is this person? And she's in the bathroom for like the 7th time that day. I'm like,
you're sitting down in your garment and the stylist is pissed off at you, or you're touching your hair and makeup and then the hair and makeup artist is pissed off at you. Like you're only known for your reputation, you know what
changing
I'm saying?
your makeup.
That's a whole nother conversation.
That is such another conversation, because I think like that's just opening up a can of worms that we don't have the time for today.
Yeah.
But as a model, I do think it's hard not having control over your image sometimes. I think that would be very challenging. But like, let's put that aside. We're on a time crunch today, so we're going to wrap it up pretty quickly. But if a new model came to you today and asked you for any advice, what would be your number one tip for them?
If a new model came to me and said, hey,
I'm unsigned, like how do I get an agency?
How do I break into this?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'd have to say you can't rely on a pretty face or a pretty book or just a photo. Like you need to be a businesswoman behind it. And you need to like figure out what agency is best going to represent you, and also how you're going to get there. Like it's very chicken and the egg, the industry. Like how do you get the experience without getting the jobs? But how do you get the jobs without the experience?
Yeah.
I get that. We've all been there. But there are so many like jobs in the shadows that, you know, you can build networking relationships with photographers and do test shoots with like great stylists and great makeup artists. And then, you know, word of mouth is probably your best tool in this industry. It's your reputation starts the minute you go and action a test shoot or start having conversations with agencies.
Yeah.
You know, you've just got to be really smart about it. And I know this industry is all about image, but you know, the most successful models, like there's a lot more to them.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's about like having the right people in your corners as well. Like setting yourself up for success with like the right test shoots and like the right people advocating for you. Like the fact that you had your mum in India is so lucky because like she advocated for you.
Yeah.
And then that set you on this like journey of life.
Yeah, it's really hard. This industry, it's very isolating, very lonely. As a model, it's really hard to make friends, and you know, you travel a lot, yes, and there's no one to protect you, as I keep saying. So yeah, you do need the team aspect to it and support and smarts. But now with access to Instagram and the internet and ChatGPT, like, you know, we've got more tools now in the industry to kind of help you pave the way and feel a bit more protected and less isolated. I'm
just going to jump in and just like add my little 101. If you are applying and you're using ChatGPT, please change it. Please don't just like copy and paste it with the emojis, with the phone and the email.
Emojis are a giveaway.
Yeah. Guys, like write it and just let it fix it for you if you must use it.
Yeah.
Because if you're submitting with ChatGPT and face-tuned images, just like have a bit more tact behind it.
Yeah, I agree.
If somebody wanted part 2 to your advice, how would they connect with you?
At the moment, it's just Instagram. I think that's where my emails are. That's the best point of contact. It is me. It's completely me. So get in touch because I love supporting women. I love having these conversations. It takes up a lot of my time because I'm so invested, and I'm a mum now. So I'm like, my time is precious, but I'm efficient. So yeah.
I think if
in
motherhood
touch.
teaches you anything, it is how to be efficient.
Yeah, I'm juggling. I'm like
Yeah.
doing it all.
So we'll link your bio in the show notes.
Thanks.
So if anyone would love a mentor or to connect with you, they can go there.
Yeah, I actually do Zoom calls. I've done a lot with Gold Coast girls, which
Yeah.
is so funny. But no, it just takes a chat in the right direction, and I just push them through a door and I go
Send the
for
gorgeous girls our way, please. Lastly, we like to finish the episodes on a model rec. So it could be a book, a beauty product, a show you're watching.
I have so many.
Give us something light and fluffy.
I have so many. Okay, so Good Model underwear. I'm doing a shameless plug. Their ones have the best G-strings. And my
Okay.
model G-string, they're amazing. They're nude and just invisible.
Yep.
I love my friend's podcast, the Self Dom one. I think her community is incredible. And
Love
also
that.
she touches on so many female categories. So it's not boring. It's like there's a constant thread. I love my Emco Beauty mascara.
Is that the
like
white one?
drugstore. It's like $7. I'm like, I used to spend $50 to $80 on a mascara.
I can't find a good mascara.
MK Beauty is my favorite. That's
Okay.
not even like maybe I'm paid for that one.
Do one you can get paid for, girl.
I know. I should have really come in here with some more hustle.
All of a sudden, the product pops out.
I bring out my list.
Here, this is what
just
I
check out my Instagram. Use
my code.
Oh my God, a code girly. And then I have a bunch of apps that I absolutely love, like editing and whatnot. I think one of them, I don't know if many people know the teleprompter app. Like if I'm speaking to camera about a product or scripting something or trying to really get a decisive point across, I will generate what I'm trying to say. I put it in the app and it reads it. The text comes up as I read it. So it looks like I'm naturally talking to the camera, but I'm cued the whole time and I'm not wasting time trying to ad-lib some sort of script or, like I'm
That's
trying to
amazing.
camera,
That's
but it's like
really
a great
good.
app.
I
and
love
then all my
that.
editing apps, I guess.
Yep. I love that. I think that's everything. Well, you've got to get to the airport.
Because I'm a busy girl.
She is, but she's efficient.
High efficiency.
Up
I'll
here
come
for a
back.
girly weekend and you fit in a podcast for work. Love that for you.
Yeah, everything I do has to have an element of work.
Yeah, you're like, I basically worked the whole time.
So it's a tax write-off.
There you go.
Strategy.
Some financial advice for the girls at home. Okay, well, thank you so much. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
I would love to circle back for part 2. So let's keep posted.
Let's book it in.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Emily. Bye.
This episode was brought to you by Q Models.
If you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and tune in next week to get to know the model behind the lens.